Welcome live to Spartan Arena on the campus of Homestead High School here as the Northside Legends and the Homestead Spartans are set to go head-to-head with some section action. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Noah Johanningsmeyer, being joined alongside Braxton Hall and sideline reporters Noah Lance and Anthony Gary, as we are just a few minutes away from tip-off in this one now. And Braxton, here tonight, it's a showdown between the two remaining unbeatens in the conference. It's a big one here tonight.
Yeah, it's not even just big. It is a huge one here tonight, and everyone in the arena knows it. The players, the coaches, the fans, and the environment in here is just absolutely electric.
Bronte Johnson has done just that, averaging 21.1 points per game on the year, including an incredible 47 points last week against the Northrop Bruins.
And don't adjust your screen. Those numbers you see right there are correct. Bronte Johnson, we know how great of a football player he is. He's just as good of a basketball player, maybe even better. And to me, that is really where this game is going to be won or lost. Rebounding, second chance opportunities, and making sure the opponent does not get second chance opportunities.
And now we're going to be sending it down to our sideline reporter, Noah Lance, who's alongside Northside Legend head coach Gary Andrews.
Thanks, Noah. Coach Andrews, after 4 games in conference play, these are the only 2 remaining undefeated teams. What do your Legends have to do to knock off Homestead and remain undefeated in the SAC?
We really got to stop Kopecky and Jamison on the perimeter, then their post players inside. Make sure we take care of the ball. Homestead plays great defense. We really got to make sure we get good shots, take our time, and try to make it a running game.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck tonight. Now we're going to send it over to sideline reporter Anthony Gary, who's standing alongside Coach Johnson.
Thanks, Noah and Coach. The last few weeks have been riddled with tight games. Some wins, some losses, but throughout this rough stretch, you've remained undefeated in conference play. Now tonight, you get your toughest opponent yet in the Northside Legends. What do you have to do to be victorious?
Well, we got to make sure we get keep them off the boards. We can't commit turnovers where they're getting easy transition points. But, you know, we've got to stay dialed in on the defensive end. Offensively, got to move the ball.
Good luck tonight. Noah, up to you in the booth.
Thank you, Anthony, and both of these coaches ready for this big SAC showdown, as we will now be sending it to a short break, but we will be back with tip-off between the Homestead Spartans and the Northside Legends. The starting lineups for each of these squads, starting off with the Northside Legends in this one, as they are going to have Michael Dye in at guard, along with Bronte Johnson, or Tay Johnson, number 1 for the Legends, along with Bodie Dickerson, a forward for the squad, and then another guard, Javion Davenport, and then to round out this starting 5, it's going to be Eugene Young, a big man down low for this squad.
And looking at that Legends starting lineup, what really stands out is both height and experience.
He wanted to reiterate to his team that this Northside team, a very fast-paced, very athletic team, and they, of course, Homestead lost to Marion on Saturday, so that's why this game is so important, and it's important that the Homestead Spartans don't make the same mistakes they made against Marion, turning over the ball and not playing to their pace. It's going to be fun to see how the Spartans correct their mistakes.
They certainly want to avoid those mistakes that we've seen so much in the past couple of games. We saw just over a week ago, they lost to Marion, or just under a week ago, 6 days ago, they lost to Marion. And then last Tuesday, they actually fell to the Blackhawk Braves by 24 points. And the Homestead Spartans looking to turn around this tough stretch right here against the Legends.
Yeah, and Coach Johnson certainly hopes that both of those losses has helped prepare his players for tonight. Obviously, you want to win every game that you can, but we all know winning conference games during the regular season is what is most important, because in the end, every team is gunning for that coveted SAC conference title.
Both of these teams looking for that conference title, as you're discussing. These two, the last remaining unbeatens in the SAC, as it's going to be Dye in the corner to start off the ball game. No dice for him.
Neither team coming out flying right now. Actually, I take that back as Sermershine pulled up from 3. But this is going to be a game that relies on who takes the smart shots and is not forcing things up throughout the night.
And right there, Bronte Johnson forces up a 3 and cashes it in. An electric score.
And when you're as good as Bronte Johnson, you can force up some 3s like that and still expect them to go in. Not the best 3-point shooter in the world, coming in at 28%, but just such a great player everywhere else.
Yeah, his volume and difficult shots definitely go up high, so those hurt the percentages as Grant Leaper gets a block at the rim, but then an offensive rebound and a follow from Johnson. A couple tips, and then it goes out of bounds, and it's actually going to stay with the Legends here as they have this 3-0 lead, and we get another look at the step-back three from Bronte Johnson.
And great job by Bronte Johnson there, dribbling to create some separation for himself so he could put that shot up.
Davenport with it top of the key there for the Legends as Jamison just kicked that one out of bounds. And how about this 3-2 zone we're seeing from the Homestead Spartans defensively? We don't really see much zone from Coach Johnson, but right here against the Legends, they're mixing things up.
Yeah, it's kind of a running joke that Coach Johnson never plays zone defense. With the way we've seen these fast-playing teams be able to score on them throughout the season so far, playing a 3-2 zone is Coach Johnson's counter to that.
As Will Jamison pulls up in the mid-range, could not get that to drop. Legends moving quickly. At the rim, it's Young. And then he gets his own shot missed, but then follows it in with a score.
Great job by Eugene Young there. We talked about him in the pregame show, how big of a player he is for this squad. Right there, even with the miss, he was able to stick with it for those second chance points.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena as the Homestead Spartans and Northside Legends are facing off, as we will now send it down to sideline reporter Anthony Gary.
Thank you, Noah. And since Spartan Arena has been built, this brand new gym, this is the largest capacity has ever been, the largest the student section has ever been, as it is filled up completely for this game. That's just how you know how big of a game this is, how important this is to the conference, and everybody in the southwest side of Fort Wayne knows how big it is, and they've turned out very well for the game tonight.
Thank you, Anthony, and it certainly is a great crowd out here tonight throughout this entire arena. A lot of Legends fans and a lot of Spartans fans have packed this arena up. He's only got 2 points so far in this first half as he attacks inside. Over to Graber at the rim, no good, but the follow from Day drops in. 1 second left, and that will now bring us to the end of this first half of action. A 26-23 Northside Legends lead. As we will now send it down to our sideline reporter, Anthony Gary.
Coach, the lead got to as much as 9 for Northside in that first half, but you guys were able to battle back a little bit and cut this lead down. Still, though, Northside's outside shot, the three-point ball, remains a problem on that side.
Well, I mean, we're not finding their shooters. We got to get out there quicker on them. Offensively, we're just so stagnant. I don't know. I mean, we moved the ball well in practice. We've not done it so in the first half. Hopefully, we can get that done second half.
Noah, back to you.
This is the OPS Halftime Report.
Welcome live to the OPS Halftime Report. I'm Anthony Gary, next to analyst Noah Lance. And Noah, what a first half we had. Northside got out hot. They held the lead, got up to as much as 9. But Homestead battled their way back, and now the deficit only 3.
Yeah, it was 11-20 at one point in this game. Homestead was trailing. It seems like they have all the momentum now, though. Going into the half, they had a great comeback. Defense really was a lot stronger. That zone was working a lot better. That helped them get back into this one.
Play, and Homestead, both Homestead and Northside haven't really done an amazing job shooting the basketball. The Spartans, 39% from the field, and Northside, 36%.
Yeah, it's really shocking to see that the Spartans are leading, but the big difference there is in three-pointers. Northside has hit 4 more three-pointers up to this point and attempted 8 more. They're shooting much better from behind the arc than the Spartans. It really will be, and I mean, like we keep on saying, it's going to determine the SAC this year. Years past, Homestead has just been able to run through the SAC much more competitive this year. Losing to Snyder in overtime was a huge game last Friday. Going to be a fun one.
And now we're going to go straight up to the booth because, as the music says behind me, it is time for the second half of play between Homestead and Northside.
Thank you, Anthony, and we are ready for the second half of action. Bassett attacking inside, a nice attack of the basket, but couldn't get it at a drop, and it's a rebound cleaned up by the Spartans. Grant Leaper. Kalpawiki for 3, bullseye for Kyron Kalpawiki.
And this game has just flipped on its head. You see a look at the student section there. They are absolutely loving it. Kyron Kalpawiki hitting that big-time three-pointer. And the Spartans, for the first time since the first quarter, have the lead in this one.
As Young attacks inside, over to Dickerson down low. The Legends trying to get something going as Day just swats Davenport out of bounds. Tucker Day, that's his second big block of this fourth quarter.
Tucker Day is having himself a day. So many blocks, so many big plays on both sides of the ball. And look at that elevation right there. Just doing such a great job of being able to get up and knock that ball away.
They got the huge win, a 7-point victory over the Legends. And now we are going to be sending it down to our sideline reporter, Anthony Gary, who's standing alongside Tucker Day.
Thank you, Noah and Tucker. By far the biggest win of the season to improve to 5-0 in the conference. What does this monumental win mean to you?
We're number one in the SEC now. It was probably one of our biggest games.
Moving forward, you guys control your own destiny in the conference. What do you guys have to do to secure a third straight SAC title win?
We just got to continue to play good defense and stay as a team.
Congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
Noah, back to you.
Thank you, Anthony, and what a performance overall from the Homestead Spartans, along with a great performance from Tucker Day. And that will now wrap us up from the booth here, as it was a 53-46 Homestead Spartans victory.
Welcome to the OPS post-game show. I'm Anthony Gary, joined alongside analyst Noah Lanton. What a game we just saw. Went down to the final seconds. This is SAC basketball.
That was, if not the best game we have seen here in Spartan Arena. Just a great game that we saw. SAC always lives up to the hype, and we just had a great one here. If Tucker Day can play like he did today, Spartans team could be really successful.
5-0 in the conference. The Spartans control their own destiny from here on out in the SAC. Thank you guys for watching our live stream tonight. On behalf of Noah Lance, our producer Trevor Newhouse, switcher Joel McChesney, Braxton Hall, and play-by-play Noah Johanningsmeyer up in the booth. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Anthony Gary, signing off, and have a splendid rest of your evening.